Welcome back to Inherit the Earth, Quest for the Orb. You know how I said last time that I was gonna skip the rat caves for you? No. No. In fact, if I have to sit through all of this, you're gonna see all of this padding too. Well, let's continue confusing him.
Who are you? Who are you? I'm the doorkeeper.
Let's
Who
look
are
up
you?
these
Who?
cloaks
I said,
before we
I'm
go.
the doorkeeper. Who are you?
Rat cloak.
Who are you?
Huh.
I'm the doorkeeper. Who is he?
That's right. I may need a disguise.
Yes, you do. Also, we can look at the
I
dark
hope
cloak.
this disguise works.
Yeah, I hope so too. Anyway, as much as I do complain about the padding in this game, I have done my research in this game, and I understand it is not their fault. And I can appreciate that meddling hands are meddling, but that still doesn't change the fact that a lot of this could be cut. I mean, if your publisher says, tighten stuff up, tighten it. Don't just axe off stuff and then call it good. But, I mean, I'm not a game designer, and I know that programming is not easy, but yeah, just from a consumer level, a lot of this just feels ridiculous. Well, you're now sitting at your, yeah, let's look at them.
Anything more I can do for you?
Yeah, actually,
Anything more I...
guess we can
We
give this
must
to him.
find out what this confounded thing is before we continue.
Ah,
It is like no glass I have ever seen, but the pieces fit together to form a circle.
So I see. I have seen something like this before, when I was young. I was sent to study ruins believed left by the humans. Where is that book? The sign out front read observatory and contained the most wondrous things. One of them was a huge round tube with glass of differing thickness throughout it.
Was it a light catcher?
Not exactly. From what I understood, it was more of a light bender. But it made the stars seem close enough to touch. Ah, I remember. It was called a telescope, and the
Okay.
piece of glass called a lens.
I will return to the orb and see if it recognizes
Scope, telescope, and lens.
I am in your debt, friend Sist.
well, he's not just a benign cyst, he is definitely a helpful cyst.
Anything more I can do for you?
Doesn't look like anything else. So let us depart. Now that we have learned very common words, at least to our dialect, but yeah, in a post-apocalyptic world, I mean, stuff that we would take for granted, words that we would take for granted, would be very, very alien. And these people are just using what vocab they have available. And, yeah. So, yeah, world building in this game, I definitely give absolutely top notch. This place feels lived in. What is this place? Keep on passing it. Just a bunch of holes. Right. I'd suspect that's the lavatory, which, congrats to the game actually including a place like that. But, obviously most games don't because, why? Although, yes, I have heard you know, the discussions with Bethesda
Who are
and
you?
how their world
Who are you?
is.
I'm the
Um,
doorkeeper. Wait, you're not allowed in there.
It's late. I think we'd better go.
Have
It's
a good
been
one.
a pleasure to meet you.
Okay, so we've got the words. Now we need to give them to the orb and hope that we don't have to do any more of this fetch quest. Hint! This isn't the end of the fetch quest. Oh God. Why God? Is this it? Yes it is. Yay! Let's see if we can talk to other people. What kind of morph is the one? Well, we already know.
What kind of morph is the one who knows all?
He is not morph, he is knowledge. We understand little of what he says, but sometimes in his words we find the answers to our building problems.
How does he speak to you?
He speaks to us through unit. We do not know if the one is far away, and we only hear his voice through unit. Or if unit actually contains his essence, we only know that the one is pure wisdom.
Yeah, where did this thing come
Where did
from?
the one come from?
No one knows. Unit was found among some ruins and brought to our village by our ancestors long ago.
How old is he? It.
There is talk he may go back to the time of the humans.
Oh, them again.
Anyway, records of him go back as far as our own history. He is our best kept secret.
Where does Unit live?
It is kept in a hiding place where no one would ever think of looking. We bring him out to talk to the one and to see him sparkle.
It's
You call
shiny!
unit it and move it about, yet you say he speaks to you.
He does not live as you or I live. He is beyond life and death.
Again, world building in this place is absolutely top notch. I love how they've created this whole religion with ancient artifacts and ideas of far away and long ago. And yet, you still have Riff, who does in fact seem to be an atheist. You know, he believes that these things are real. Obviously, he's interacting and being tangible to him, but at the same time, he doesn't quite believe in the divinity of man, which I think is awesome. You know, it creates a very interesting character, especially being played by us, the precursors of, you know, his society. Okay, so we know the word, so
Tell us about the lens.
Accessing. Correct. Item is a lens with a refractive index of 1.52. Lens conforms to formula 1 over f times quantity n minus 1 times quantity 1 over r1 minus 1 over r2, where n is the refractive index of the glass, r1 the radius, f is focal point, and r2 the radius of the second surface.
you got all that? Can you tell us how to make another one?
Can you tell us how to make another?
State origin of glass.
It's a telescope lens.
Telescope. It's a lens from a telescope.
Good, you remembered it.
Possible to make if specifications followed exactly.
Glassmaster, can you do it?
I'll do what I can. Very well, Unit. Suppose you and I get to work.
Just don't let him near your glass melting forge.
Glassmaster, what news have you? Have you been successful?
Well, yes and no.
I like the first part best.
Same here.
I was able to construct the lens from the instructions given by Unit.
Yay!
However, it is still too rough.
No.
Unit says I need polishing rouge to polish the lens to its proper smoothness, but I have none.
Is there anything we can use as a substitute?
Not to my knowledge. I am unfamiliar with the use of rouge.
I only know it as a makeup thing. Years of theater. Well, Sokka, you know more than anyone but Unit.
Friend Sokka, what is your opinion?
Perhaps there is a substitute we can use for polishing rouge.
But we're not even sure what polishing rouge is. We certainly don't know what to substitute for it.
Perhaps the one who knows all can tell us.
I guess that would make sense. See what the glassmaker has
Tell
to
me,
say about it.
Glassmaster, what is your opinion?
Perhaps I can try a harsher polish on the lens. May help it, but it may also ruin it beyond repair.
Yeah.
What are the chances for success?
Slim. Very slim.
Yeah, that would probably just, you know, scratch it up to hell.
Yeah, excuse me, Orb.
Unit functioning.
Unit, we have no polishing rouge. Is there anything we can substitute for it?
Qualities and properties of rouge can only be duplicated by soil composed solely of red clay, which is ground into the finest powder. Clay must be pure and free of any chunks. Any imperfection in the substance will result in damage to glass.
Then we may be doomed. I know of no clay. And where can we find this pure red clay?
Location unknown.
Unknown?
Pockets are known to exist in this area, but exact locations are unknown.
Well, I guess it's nearby at least.
Glassmaster, any ideas?
Fine red clay. I wouldn't know where to find it.
Sokka?
Do you know where the clay might be?
I have no idea.
Ia, can you
yeah?
think of any place for red clay?
No, I can't.
Alright. How about you, Auk? He said, knowing the answer to this already.
I can't remember red clay anywhere we've been.
Neither can I. Except in the Boar King's mud bath.
What?
Yes, that's what the Boar King uses to make his special mud. Finely ground red clay.
Do you mean that I was up to my waist in red clay and didn't even know it? No. No.
What will you do now? The last time we saw the Boar King, we barely escaped with our lives. We dare not try it again.
What will you do?
The only thing we can do.
Well, it could be worse. You could have been up to your waist in, Okay, so, time to head to the, pig's castle again. Much to the chagrin of Riff. Sorry there, Riff. You're gonna have to take another one for the team. I know you're looking forward to this. Think of it as an exfoliating process. Yeah, that's the ticket. Absolutely. And around the world, over to the castle again. Hey again.
Well, if it isn't the little thief again.
Hey.
I wonder what he wants this time. Ha 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 ha.
Hey, did you find those truffles?
Oh, please, Sergeant Ock, have mercy on me. Please don't make me go in front of the Boar King and plead my case.
But
Please, don't make me go into his throne room. You are so strong and I am so weak. As much as I fear you,
I like the sly face on Riff's
What are
portrait
you-
down there, right
Please,
there.
Sergeant Ock.
He knows
Do not drive
exactly
us
what
so
he's
hard.
doing.
We have been walking many days to get here and are fatigued beyond words. We cannot keep up with you. Please, We must rest.
Rest? You want rest? I have no time for rest. You, Fox, get to the throne room. The king will enjoy watching you grovel. Now, you two, open the gate.
Apparently I
Go
didn't have
ahead,
to make
Griff.
that second video for this.
I remember guard duty. What misery.
Yeah. Well, let's, before we end the video, at least get to, the end of this long, overly done corridor. And we will see you next time on Inherit the Earth. Have a good one.